You ever buy something thinking you're absolutely gonna love it, and then you go to use it and you don't love it as much as you think you did? Yeah, that's kind of today's video because I think I hate the Canon R5. Well, kinda, not really, but also, look, it's just easier to explain. Probably gonna regret that later, but hey, they're Vessies, so I don't have to care. I thought today, instead of sitting at my desk explaining why I'm maybe not a fan of this camera, I figured I'd take you with me because I have some photos I need to take anyway, and I'll continue to explain why I think I hate this camera, but I don't, and... So here I am at the Mines of Spain. I saw a bird on my way in. I want to see if I can capture it. I didn't bring my zoom lens, so I can't get him. It's right there. Probably can't get close enough to get a photo, but... Why didn't I bring my zoom lens? I'm sad. I shot a video over here once, which actually reminds me, I have some different opinions about that video that I shot here. Should probably make a video about that video, but I haven't made a video in a while, so this is a start. But I have different opinions about the video I made here, so maybe I'll talk about that sometime. I didn't have to come from back there, but let's start with the pros of the Canon R5. For what it's worth, this camera has a 45 megapixel sensor. When you have that many pixels, it's very easy to not have to worry about cropping in, which I do, in order to get the composition I want. In fact, sometimes when I take a photo, I have to be zoomed all the way out, knowing darn well that when it comes to posting to Instagram, I'm gonna have to crop it. I tend to crop it to 5x4 vertical to take up as much screen real estate as possible. But if I zoom out, then when I crop in, then I know I can fit everything in that I want. And I won't be losing any resolution at all because of that 45 megapixel sensor. When it comes to video with this camera, it's great for professional use. With the ability to film in C-Log and C-Log 3, I know I've been able to confidently film in those color profiles in lower light situations, and then being confident that I can bring back the colors, bring back the lights without introducing too much grain from having to boost the light in post. So that's been really handy. Additionally, in comparison to my Canon 80D, I can now film in 4K. I can also film in 8K, but I'm pretty sure neither computer I have is capable of handling 8K. I don't need to film in 8K. That's overkill, especially for YouTube. And I don't have the computer power to process 8K video. I don't want to know how I can make my computer blow up in such a way with 8K video. However, with 4K, if I'm editing in a 1080p timeline, then I can have a locked off shot and create 2 to 3 different compositions with one locked off shot. So if I have someone dead center, I can shift someone to be over in the right third or in the left third, and also use this center shot and have 3 different shots for a video. Now with those features, specifically C-Log and C-Log 3, this camera has helped me learn a lot about the editing process because my 80D and neither camera that I've had previously was able to use that color profile. Having that now available has helped me become a better editor and has helped me to be able to grow in my knowledge and skill set. Now with every positive comes a negative, and there's a handful of negatives with this camera. Alright, so has to look a little bit weird because I was just taking some photos and the guy just walked by as I was trying to do photos of this bag. I couldn't film me taking said photos because I had to use the remote shooting because I was getting tired of trying to do spray and pray, trying to like just hit the button on the screen and hope that I'm locked on shot. And anyway, so there's your behind the scenes of that photo to the extent that I could. And It's a mustache. Alright, so it may or may not be a week later and the weather's finally warmer, so I'm gonna clean out my car. But while I'm here, we're gonna talk briefly about reasons why I don't like the Canon R5. And one of those reasons is simply just because this camera is so big, and I feel like a camera should make you want to use it. Now, I absolutely love this camera for all the reasons that I've previously mentioned. But sometimes I wish I had a camera that was smaller, but wasn't also my phone. There's nothing wrong with filming videos with your phone. You can make a lot of great stuff with your phone. You can film, edit, upload, post, thumbnails and all from your phone. I highly encourage it. But sometimes it's just nice to have something that you can film on that isn't your phone, just to keep your phone separate from your camera, and that way you're not like wasting battery life of your phone for filming videos and editing when you need it to last all day. Alright, reason number 2 why I think I hate this camera. The files are huge. Now, this is both a issue and a non-issue. If you have a computer that can handle multiple 45 megapixel images or multiple layers of 45 megapixel images in Photoshop, this is a non-issue. However, if you're me with a 2018 MacBook Pro, you can just barely skate by with editing multiple layers of 45 megapixel images. But if you get too many, then your computer will crash. So they weren't kidding when they said, pony up if you're gonna get the R5. And I thought I was ready. It's just my technology is aging. But my old MacBook Pro can barely handle the 4K footage even after proxying the footage and playing back at a quarter resolution. I can sort of get by, but I can't be doing any complicated edits with After Effects or anything spicy in Premiere. It just, no. Absolutely no. So at that point, the R5 does become a bit of an issue. I forgot, I'm cleaning. I accidentally spilled some icing on this seat. We recently got a Crumble Cookies, not a sponsor, in my town, and there was some icing on the box and I got some on the seat, and actually coming off nicely, so there's that. Alright, so number 3 is extra gear. Now, if you already had a cinema camera, you would have already had a lot of the gear that is required to have an R5. Like, you would already have a CF Express card reader. I didn't have that. So, not only did I invest in the camera, but I also had to invest in extra gear that I didn't already have. So translation, more spending on top of an already huge spend. So again, it's a non-issue for some people and an issue for others like moi. Why do I keep doing the door transition? Because I'm still cleaning. I just don't want to show. It's not like it's a mess, but like, it's cleaning. I mean, come on. If you absolutely must know, the driver's seat has been the dirtiest. This isn't clean, I'm halfway through, but it's a good thing it's nice and warm outside, which brings up another point. It's like 50 some degrees and don't know why I'm choosing to wear a sweatshirt. Forgot what shirt I was wearing. But speaking of it being warm, overheating. See what I did there? Come back, don't hate me, I'm sorry. So overheating. This camera is notorious for overheating, and man, I have had so many flipping issues with overheating that it doesn't exist. I've literally had 0 issues with this camera overheating, except for situations where it obviously should, like using it as a webcam for 2+ hours for church. Even then, after 2 hours, I didn't run into any overheating issues. I did get the warning, but no true issues. Yes, my battery was warm, my SD cards were warm, and after a couple times of that, I removed them. Well, the battery port, because I'm using constant power, but the SD cards were warm, so after that, I took them out so they wouldn't get warm or destroyed, because, like I said in my previous point, extra gear, CF Express card readers, CF Express cards, all expensive. So what does this mean? Does this mean I'm switching to Sony? Actually, no. No, but I may be switching to Windows for video projects. Mostly because it's the only other laptop I have, and it just so happens to have more power than my current MacBook. That being said, I truly have enjoyed using this camera. I've enjoyed what it's allowed me to create, and I also enjoy what it's allowed me to learn. But I do still wish it were a little bit smaller. Everything else can be fixed by trying to work on myself to create more, as long as I am not trying to push through exhaustion or burnout. That and computer hardware can always be replaced. That is, when there's budget to do so. Which, I'll be honest, I don't have. So is my frustration actually with my computer situation? Maybe. But even then, everything else that I've brought up in this video still holds true. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, you can give a big thumbs up. And if you have it, I got my Peter McKinnon bag is coming. I got him on the brain. Just shh. If you haven't hit that subscribe button already, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video, which is hopefully soon, assuming my bag actually arrives soon. Alright, bye.